like our 18th episode, and I'm still not over it. That song.
It's good. Nice and sweet and short.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 18 of What the Fact. This is Patricia. With me, I have...
Ashley.
And...
Stephanie.
Hey!
This is our legal episode.
Our legal... Yeah. No.
Oh,
the episode is
I just
legal
realized
to
that.
vote.
Yeah, you're able to vote. You're able to buy cigarettes.
Yeah.
What else are you able to do?
Hey,
lottery tickets.
You can hook up with me episode.
Hey. True. And on this episode, we will be talking about all the legal relationships that Patricia has had, not the illegal ones.
I have had no illegal relationships.
You do.
I promise.
She's like, I have
Oh. Got it. At least now the episode and I can hook up. Anyway, guys, welcome to episode 18. This is What the Fact, and we are recording, I think, a little bit earlier. No, it's about the same time we normally record, but we are doing a little bit earlier advanced recordings, FYI, because one of us, as I mentioned before, is going to be away from us for a while.
Me. This is Ashley. I'm ruining everything.
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 And why are you ruining everything? What are you doing?
I'm ruining everything because I'm going on my honeymoon.
So Ashley's going to be gone for like a month on her honeymoon.
Yeah, suck it.
3 years and a month.
3 years.
I believe
it's approximately 72 fortnights and one red moon.
One red moon?
Fortnite
How often
like
do
weeks,
red
right?
moons happen?
I have no idea. Can a scientist tell us?
If you could email us and let us know how often there are red moons.
Because we refuse to use our fingers to Google.
I want to
because
know.
we refuse to use our fingers.
In fact, they're all taped together right now under the table. JK. That's
Edward
weird.
One Finger? That sounds terrible.
Edward taped hands. It's just a guy running with like duct taped hands. He's like, hold on, I'm going to get you. And I'm going to slap your face because that's all I can do.
It's like the Edward Scissorhands when it was like you were in college and it was with beer. Edward 40 hands.
Yeah.
That's what I'm envisioning. You went for scary. I went for beer. Just saying.
Just like disturbing names. I did have a cactus once that I called him Edward 40 Hands because you know those cacti that you can buy at Home Depot with that are like a triangle bottom and then a colorful round top?
Yes. I love those. I had one I named it Bette Midler. It seemed right.
Well, it's actually two cacti, so it's grafted on top. The colorful one is grafted on the other one. Well, the triangular part actually can grow to have arms, and then its roots can grow through its arms.
Like human hands on top of those arms?
Yeah, except for the idea that your blood veins could go through your body parts.
What?
Yeah, and so I left that when we moved from Seattle because I was like, this plant is not meant to be in captivity. It's too scary.
Oh my god.
That's what men say when I break up with them.
Oh!
This girl's not meant to be in captivity.
Yeah, because you're like, I'm wild, bitch.
I'm wild. So, what do you have planned for your honeymoon?
Well, nothing is always perfect. So,
just like your wedding.
Just like my wedding.
The week of.
So we were supposed to go to.
Beautiful.
It was enjoyable, but we were supposed to go to France, and then we found out a few days ago that France is actually having a transportation strike, where all the trains and much of the transportation, potentially impacting airlines, may not be running. I don't know. So
that's great.
It's awesome. Like another wedding all over again. So within the past like 48 hours, we've been replanning, and I think we're gonna go to like Germany and Belgium and maybe Morocco and Spain.
I would love to go to Morocco.
Baby.
I've been craving it since I saw, oddly, a Real Housewives episode when they went to Morocco. I think it was. Yeah?
Oh no, I was just thinking it would be great to have a trip planner based off of housewife sayings. Can you imagine a package? What would that look like?
They get the weirdest things. Like I saw one time, I was at the Atlanta Housewives went to like Tokyo, and you could not tell based on anywhere these ladies travel. I feel like you can't tell they're in a different country because everywhere they go is like the same exquisite type level of service and housing.
Correct.
I'm like, it doesn't even look like you're in a foreign country except for that nobody around you speaks English. That's about it.
Interesting.
So I don't know if I'd plan around that. I think I'd rather have the more authentic experiences than just be like 5-star in it.
Yeah.
I've thought about this for the last 20 seconds, and
Oh,
I have
please tell me more.
decided that a Real Housewives trip planner would be incredible. And so many people would use them. Like, U.S. and outside of U.S., are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, when Beverly Hills went to Germany, like, I'm sure there's so many things they would have wanted to see or that people have watched on the show that they would, like, pay for that experience. The amount of, like, people I know who, whenever they go to L.A., are like, I want to go to Sir and all that stuff because of oh my gosh, I can't say her name, Lisa Vanderpump.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think this is a real untapped market.
I'm surprised Bravo. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Sorry, Ash is going crazy with her bottles over here
Yeah, I'm
of water.
drinking a lot of different liquids. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people would pay for it. I'm also surprised Bravo hasn't done something
I
like
am
this.
also surprised. I'm wondering if they never thought of it because I know a lot of people who slept with Andy Cohen. So I'm sure one of them can talk to him.
Are you serious?
Everybody sleeps with Andy Cohen.
What?
You haven't?
I'm
Apparently
sorry, you
not.
have to be a man to
I was
sleep
gonna
with Andy
say,
Cohen.
isn't he gay?
Yeah, and he's a big old slut, and we love him.
Is he married now?
No.
He has kids,
But he's best friends with Anderson Cooper.
I think.
I don't think he has
Does he
kids.
not? I'm definitely confusing him with Andy Lassner on Ellen's show. I love him, by the way.
No.
Do you guys know him?
Yeah, he's the one that Ellen always sends to the scary things at Halloween.
One of my favorite things to watch is him getting scared.
Yes.
I need to watch the last one. I think it was with him, Lizzo, and Tiffany Haddish.
Oh, yeah.
What a good lineup to go to a haunted
Yeah.
house.
That's perfect.
So Ellen's going to be at a conference that I may or may not go to in this late winter, early spring. So I'm trying to decide like if I can fight for my way to go to this conference just because Ellen's going to be there. I love Ellen.
I do too. She seems great.
It's supposed to be the research conference because that's what I do for a living is research. However, we'll see if there's going to be much research talk there. I'd rather go for Ellen. Anyway.
I wonder how Ellen is as a friend. Like, is she really quiet when she hangs out with people because all day she's talk?
I feel like Ellen is very true to herself on her show. Like, I feel like, because she always talks about, like, these pranks she pulls on Portia, and I'm like, that's what she does on the show, too. Like, it's just, that's who she
That's
is.
true.
You know, she kind of reminds me of, and this might be like, I might just make everybody hate me for this. She actually reminds me a little bit of Chelsea Handler. In the, like, I think they're both similar to you, Ashley, very, like, justice-oriented, and if you do something wrong, I feel like they both were, you're just written off.
Yeah.
You're written off the show, you're off the island.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And that's kind of how I see her. I feel like she will be your best friend, your confidant, and then if you do something stupid, you kind of get what you deserve a little bit.
Fair.
I think that's fair.
Which is very, very interesting. There's also, I was a week or two ago, was listening to the new, like, Chelsea Handler book on my drive up from LA. And
Is it
she
good?
has a whole thing. It's fine.
Okay.
No, it's fine. But she had a whole thing about how she, like, why does she write people off and what does it mean? And turns out she, like, lacked empathy. Like, not sympathy, but empathy, where it's like, I need to be needed until you don't need me because you fucked up and now you're out of my life. And it's over. It's like, fucking
Whoa.
hey.
Wow.
Take it down a notch.
I
Makes
didn't
sense.
realize she was the type of person to write people off.
Oh, shoot, yeah. Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Oh, yeah. I feel like Ellen could be similar. Where,
Oh.
like, you will be Ellen's friend, and if you do something to Ellen, it's over.
I also feel like Ellen's one of those people, like, if you do something not nicer, she may not do anything, but she has a lot of powerful friends. And I feel like your
I
life
feel like
would
she's
be over.
powerful.
I mean, she's
already.
powerful, but I
Yeah.
also like her. I'm sure her and Oprah used to be like really close friends. They were like neighbors or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe Oprah's like, I need more trees in my backyard.
Yeah. Oprah's like, those are really cute trees. I just bought your house.
Let's turn it back into a tree.
Like, I really like that grassy area, 30 by 30 inch. I want that. Bought.
Anyway, let's dive in. This is a good intro. Ashley, we're gonna miss you while you're on your honeymoon.
I won't.
And Ashley,
Shut up, Mort.
Ashley will be back with us. So we're recording some batch episodes in advance because we don't want to record episodes without her. So we're doing
Oh, so sweet.
we're doing pretty much everything in December. A little early, so apologies if our Christmas stuff doesn't feel as spirited as it should. Or holiday stuff, Festivus, my bad.
Festivus, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kwanzaa.
So yeah, but we will be back to our normal weekly episodes again in January. So get excited for that. But also, I hope you enjoyed
Get
our batch
it.
recordings.
Also, if you don't notice, then just keep listening. Enjoy
Yeah.
yourself.
Hello, yeah, welcome.
And
This
tell
is
your
normal.
friends or
Yeah.
something.
Tell your friends, yeah, or
Or
something.
non-friends.
We also have social media. It's pretty
Or just
entertaining.
your friends. This is
Go
an
on
episode,
that.
this is a podcast you share with your friends.
Yeah,
What the
not
heck?
frenemies.
Yeah.
Okay, so ladies, it is question 1.
Let's do
Question
it.
the
Question
first.
My question is, to
Who are
start
you
it
again?
off,
Say your name. Because we sound the
this is
same.
oh yeah, this is Ashley.
Thank you.
Now my voice doesn't sound the same because I'm prompted and I don't know how
Now
to.
I feel like
This
I'm
is
so
Ashley.
I'm paying so much attention to my voice that I don't know who's who anymore.
So then we just switch voice types. So I start sounding more like you and you start sounding more like me.
I was just gonna throw my voice so Patricia sounded like me too.
one.
No?
Okay.
No?
Yeah,
All
sure,
right.
sure. Whatever.
Getting into question 1.
Question 1.
Okay, this question is, what is a bad habit that people don't know about you?
I have lots of bad habits people don't know about me.
I wish I could take
my
pictures
entire
of
life
faces.
when I'm not with people is a bad habit. Oh, you go home and you sit in front of your TV and you're like, if anybody had a camera on me, I'd be fine.
I'd be pretty good.
Really?
After work?
Oh, I'd
Is
be
there,
the worst.
I'm trying to think. I don't know of anything where I'm like, oh, I don't want to see.
Because you can't sit still long enough.
What do you do in the evenings that you're embarrassed about?
I mean, like, sure, I drink a good amount, but like, yeah, I'm also disgusting. Where I'll like, I'm not very good at like clipping my fingernails, so I like will rip them off. Sometimes I'll clean them, but like, if anybody else was there, I wouldn't do this in
That's
front of
not
them.
that terrible. Ripping your nails off. That
I
is
mean, like
not
cleaning
the
your
worst.
ripping your nails.
You're not like picking your nose and eating your boogers.
Ew, nope.
See,
nope,
that's
nope,
a bad
nope, nope.
habit that probably people don't know about
That's
you.
pretty gross.
That's Stephanie. That's
That's-
not Ashley.
That's
Stephanie
pretty
does that.
I do not pick my nose and eat boogers.
They say though that kids that eat their boogers are usually have better immune systems, right?
Because the whole
It's just
purpose
straight
of
bacterial.
mucus, is to protect stuff and bacteria from going up into your brain. And
That's gross. You're pretty much just eating like things
Dirt.
you breathe in.
haven't you gone out anywhere where it's really dirty outside? It's like there's a lot
Never.
of dirt,
I've lived in pristine my whole life.
but like there's so much dirt that when you blow your nose, it's like dark because there's dirt in the air that your mucus has like stopped it from going into. No, doesn't have has no one ever
I'm just
gone
kidding.
hiking?
Yes, I listen. I grew up in a rural area, out in the like not desert, but out in the farm areas in Nebraska. I know 100% what you're talking about.
I also hate hiking and camping. I don't fully hate hiking. Some hiking. If it's too hard, I hate it. But I
Anything's
do
too
hate
hard, you
all camping, and I'm just assuming that's all it is. It's just breathing in shit,
Yeah.
your fresh air. Also, the terrible things that go along with hiking. Just get
Yeah.
stuck in your
So
nose.
what else? So it's just your
So just
ripping off
watching
your-
TV and tearing off your nails is the worst
Yeah.
habit you have.
I don't know. I yell at things for no reason. I have weird conversations with my dog.
I mean, I
that
have weird
nobody
These
needs to
conversations.
know
are
about.
not weird bad habits.
Well, I
I'm
mean, then
disappointed.
there's the typical stuff. If you're like alone, what do you not do when you have
Okay.
your man there?
I'm gonna skip you. I'm gonna have you come back.
No,
Not
like I mean, I think
acceptable.
it's the obvious shit that like people don't talk about, but they all do.
Okay, I'm gonna give him my answer.
All right, let's hear it.
So this used to be a very bad habit of mine that I don't think people knew, but maybe they did. They just never told me. I used to bite the shit out of my nails since I was a kid.
I know people do that now. That's not that bad.
It's a bad habit though. I would rip it till it's bleeding. It's really
Oh,
bad.
that's bad.
It's really
Oh.
bad.
Any
Like,
kind of blood on the fingers or feet is my worst, like one of my worst nightmares.
yeah, so that's a bad habit. Like, that's really, really bad. Like, I can't even, when I was little, I think, I remember even biting I don't anymore. I'm actually bad at peeling. I peel them on occasion when I'm stressed. Although, you know what I heard? So I asked, when I'm on my monthly, my teeth get very sensitive and I floss my teeth every day and my nails get extremely sensitive.
Like weak or sensitive.
Just sensitive, like I can't handle, like I want to like peel them off, or like I don't know, it's just like really weird.
Whoa.
And
You should have tried doing gel. So I use gel
I did-
nails, but then I allow myself on Fridays to peel the gel off, and it feels so
But
like.
doesn't that rip off like a layer?
yes.
No, because usually
well,
when
she's
you
very
do-
good about it though.
So when like you go to a salon and have them do your nails, I don't know how technical you guys all want to hear about this. Salon though, they'll like file your nails down a little bit, so it's a little bit rougher. I use this like a second coat of like Nourish stuff underneath mine, so it's more likely to peel off. So it only lasts about a week, but it doesn't peel off much of your nail skin at all. I don't know. I highly
Anyways.
recommend that, but it feels good. Like I get so excited on Fridays because I'm similar in the way that I always want to mess with my nails, but I will be like, oh Friday, I gotta peel this off, and it feels so good.
Yeah,
That's all.
I got you. Yeah, no, so that's what my bad habit. Now I just peel them if I'm stressed, or on my monthly I get this great desire to be like, nah, I don't need to peel my nails.
You just come over and I'll paint your nails for you.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a bad habit that I don't know if people knew about me. But it was really, really bad. Like, I would peel them to a very not good place. And that was like, as an adult, that was due to stress. But, you know, as a child, I remember, like, biting my nails frequently. And I didn't know why. But it was probably, like, internalized stress.
Probably.
But even to a little young age, like, when we lived in Chinatown, so I was, like, 3, I remember doing this. I don't know why. Anyways, what about you, Patricia?
Mine's real embarrassing, but I'll tell you anyway, because it's for the pod. So any of you guys out there listening,
yeah, this is a private conversation.
Please don't share with
a
anybody.
private conversation with the U.S., Australia, Brazil,
Brazil.
Ireland.
We had our first
UK.
listener this week.
I think we got Iceland.
We got a Greenland.
Wait, let me see. Anyways, keep going.
Okay,
now.
so my like habit that I don't really tell people about is that when I wake up in the mornings, I wake up at like 5:30, and I don't tend to go to work, like leave for work until like 8 usually. So that's a long time to take to get ready and stuff. But I will spend sometimes like upward of not in one city, but upward of like an hour on the toilet, like looking through social media, looking at the news and all that kind of stuff. But I love to not on the toilet. And the thing is, it's not like one full session. I will like go to the bathroom, then get up and like go work out, come back and sit on the toilet again and just look at the news again. I just love it. It's so bad. I just love toilet time.
It sounds like you've classically conditioned yourself to need to read the news when you're on the toilet.
I love it. It's that, and I also do these like crossword puzzle fill-in things.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
I'm not gonna lie. Last time I came over to your house to play some VR,
Yeah.
and you were like pre-burned yourself. You're like, don't worry, the crossword's there. It's okay.
Don't fill it out for me because I want to do it myself. I love my special time each day, though, is my time on the toilet. And it's so weird to say this to you guys.
Though, you know, I remember now I'm connecting the dots because when you were in Asia for a research project, you took a picture of the bathroom because Patricia was staying at a super fancy.
It's like a 5-star. It's like a 6-star out of 5 stars.
Yeah. And there was like a beautiful golden table right next to the toilet. And you're like, oh my God, they know me so well. I thought it was a joke. Now I realize it's true.
I just love toilet time. But that was wonderful when I was staying in Taiwan at this hotel because they had this like table and there's like a notepad there and a phone and pens and it's like, hey, conduct your business on the toilet. It's okay. And that's what I love.
Oh man.
Someday I'll have a bathroom where I can conduct. I'll have like a tray that pulls out. It's like a laptop on it, just like sitting there working.
Perfect.
Love it.
It's like nature's diaper.
The toilet is nature's diaper.
Like,
I think the toilet is just nature.
Yeah, you know, it's nice. I love sitting on the toilet.
Do you like Japanese toilets?
No, I hate them.
I don't like that some of them warm up. Like, you can have the seat be warm.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
I don't like that at all. Like, why do I want to feel like someone's already sat on the toilet?
Exactly. I was going to say, it reminds me of when we were like in grade school and you never wanted to sit in the chair that was warm because somebody was just there.
Yes.
But they also play noise sometimes too, and you're like, okay, this is good.
Yeah, to mask the sounds.
Question.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever used a bidet?
Yeah.
I've never
Not
used one.
correctly.
She was like, I started drinking the water instead.
No. I would like turn it on. I was like, what? I don't understand it. And then I just left.
You're like, why is grape juice coming out of this? Yum.
grape juice? What the fuck? Where have you been at?
What's
Just kidding.
Obviously,
Yes.
never used a bidet.
Just kidding.
My God.
Well, in Japan, there's this, I read about this dessert shop where they serve either shaved ice or some sort of frozen dessert in a toilet-shaped cup. So it's like you're eating dessert poo.
Yeah.
I don't know why people like that, though. That's sort of weird.
They've got some, so I was just in Japan a couple months ago now, but they got some weird cafes there. Like, they have so many weird cafes. Like, I went to the one where you draw on your food.
Is it edible? I assume it's like edible.
Yeah, they give you like these pens
ink?
with this like flavored powder in it. And
Is it delicious?
the food was actually really good, but the powder stuff was like weird because like each color of the powder that you draw with has a different flavor. So there's like the blue, which is like the ramen, whatever the soda flavor they have there. There's like the green, which is like green tea flavor. There was brown, which is chocolate. Then there was like red, which was ketchup flavored. And you're like, But what if I want to have like blue? Say I'm just feeling really patriotic and I want to make like an American flag. You'd be making a flag out of soda and ketchup, right?
Interesting.
So it was a weird kind of thing that they did. But they also had these like stencils you could put on top and like powder stencil design on your food. But I liked it because I like playing with my food anyway, and I always got in trouble as a kid for that. But
I don't mind the like experience. I think it's interesting, but to be like, I want to eat the idea of poo from a toilet, that just universally doesn't sound right against all people.
If it's good.
Like, true. But I guess in Japan they have a bunch of cafes that are different. Like, my friend was showing me some pictures of the hedgehog cafe where you can pet little hedgehogs.
I felt so bad for the animal cafes, though.
Yeah, that's what I heard, too.
I got in line for one, and for a puppy cafe, and then I walked into the line for it was so long, and it smelled so bad.
Why?
And it smelled like they weren't cleaning up after the dogs.
Ew.
And it was also like 100 degrees that day, so it was really hot and muggy, and I was just like, I'm not gonna wait for this. But then I was like, where are these puppies coming from? What are they gonna do with them afterwards? And I felt really bad, so we went instead to like this this place that only served potatoes, which I'm totally okay with. Anyway, kill those potatoes. I'll eat those all day long.
Anyways, so that was my question. I don't know, Steph. There's nothing else that's a bad habit.
No, I just feel
You're like I watch TV.
No. So have you seen the show like The People's Couch? Like everybody watches that. So I outwardly will be that person where it's somebody who yells at the TV for them doing stupid shit on the TV. It's not like they can. It's literally a show where they like. It's big on Bravo now. It started in the UK, I believe, where they would put on a reality show and they would film people watching
like Gogglebox.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So I do that a lot, but like it's a little nonsensical. And so I'll yell at the TV. I'll yell at the horror movies that I'm watching because that's normally what I'm watching. I'll putz around. I'll pick my toenails because I'm disgusting. And then I'll also yell at my roommate who isn't there.
Okay.
That's all. I mean, I wish it was more exciting, but it's not more exciting. I'm just yelling at the TV and my roommate who isn't there because I saw one crumb of something and just assumed it was her doing. It made me so mad.
Actually, okay, so all these are relatively normal. I think more people spend bathroom time, Patricia, than you realize.
Yeah, but I actively will be like, you know what, I'm going to read some more. I'm going to go sit in the toilet, even if I don't have to go, because I just want to enjoy that time to sit down and do something.
That's fair. Actually, what you both reminded me, and you just reminded me mostly, Steph, is that I remember I was talking to someone, I don't know if it was his girlfriend who was telling me this, but she was saying how she had this roommate who, when she would return home, you know, sometimes when ladies return, I don't do this, but I have a lot of friends who do this. They come home and they immediately want to take off their bra and get their bra jail off or whatever.
Yes.
I keep mine on.
I keep mine on, but I know a lot of friends who take that off. Well, this girl was telling me that her roommate didn't like wearing pants. And so she would take her pants off and just wear
as you're coming up the stairs, because I had roommates who did that.
Possibly, but then she would sit on the public couches just in her thong.
Okay. So this is a different question. Are we mad at things our roommate sometimes does, or
that our roommate hypothetically?
Well, because no, the one thing that I've told I love her so much. She is my everything, but it literally destroys me every time. Is she sleeps in her underwear and a shirt like most people of us. We all do this.
Yeah.
But she decides to come into my room when she wakes up to grab Briggs and sits on my fucking pillow.
Oh!
And I get so fucking like,
wait,
my God, I get so mad.
Is she wearing full coverage underwear or thong underwear?
Cheeky underwear, I guess. I don't know. I
At
get
least
really,
it's
really
not
fucking
thong.
mad, and she doesn't know how often I wash my pillowcases because of this. And don't do that. Don't do that.
Ass to pill is pretty disgusting.
Don't do this.
That's really gross.
Just don't do it.
Ass to pillow is disgusting.
She didn't even need to be alone with weird habits by herself for this. This is just like, oh, I see you getting ready. I'm going to sit on your pillow. The entire bed is available. Why the pillow?
Well, what I don't understand is that you have like a queen size bed, right?
I do.
So like the's plenty of
There's
real
so
estate.
much room.
Yeah.
And it's not
that's
like
gross.
Briggs is situated where that's the only place you can go. I don't even like let her in sometimes. So she'll be like, I'm awake like, I want a puppy. I'm like, I'll bring him to you. Leave me the fuck alone.
So that means your probability of getting dysentery is actually quite high.
You don't
pink
even know
eye.
how often I wash. You don't even know how often I wash my pillowcases.
You get a fake pillow. It's like under the bed. Or not fake pillow, but an extra pillow you keep under the bed that you always just put up on the bed for her to sit on.
No, I just really don't like when people sit on my bed.
Just name it the pap.
I
Like,
agree.
at all.
I agree. 100%.
Okay, ass pillow.
This is for sleeping. Otherwise, let's take this elsewhere.
So true. So true.
Fair.
Okay, well, that's my question for today.
Good question, Ashley.
Patricia, I think
I got
we're
a
on
little heated.
question 2.
Oh, that's Stephanie's second, isn't she? Oh, I'm second today. Woo.
Oh, I could actually no. You know what? Do you want to?
We're-
Yeah, I have
we're
you as
flip-flop
second.
it?
I'll go second.
I have you as second.
Oh.
Let's do question 2.
Okay.
Question
Okay.
2 time. All right. My question is, it's going to take you back a bit.
Oh,
So
let's
when you're a
take it
child-
back.
What's the worst thing you remember doing as a child? Good answers.
I mean, I don't know.
I remember something really bad my brother did.
What'd your brother do?
So my middle brother always got in trouble, and we were spanked. Yeah, deal with it, audience.
I
It's a
was
thing.
spanked.
It was not child abuse. It was just what it was. And in the dining room, because I didn't actually do many things that were bad. I was pretty good kid. You're
Yeah.
welcome, Mom. And so
Thanks, Ashley.
Thanks, Reba. And so in the dining room, that was the formal room where you have the holiday dinners.
Yeah.
The house that we lived in, my dad remodeled a lot of it, but in that room, I think it was original to the home. Well, maybe my mom got these, but they were French linen curtains.
Mhm.
And my brother took a crayon and drew on them. And my mom, all I remember is that she's like, I shouldn't name all my siblings by name, huh? I'm going to say
Your choice.
I did.
Emmanuel, my oldest brother. Luigi,
Luigi.
second
Luigi.
child, and Ashley come down here right now. But she used our full names, which she means real business. So my oldest brother comes down, and I'm down there, and my middle brother's still not down there. And so she's like, who did this? And we were like, we didn't do it. And she's like, fine. Then everyone gets spanked.
Oh.
So my older brother gets spanked. I get spanked. My middle brother finally fucking comes down and he gets spanked. Or no, right before he gets spanked, he said, oh yeah, I did it. And I'm like, you little shit. You little fucking shit.
You got spanked because he didn't come down in time.
No, because he fucking didn't admit to it first. He should have just been like, I did it. But also, why he was late coming downstairs was because he got spanked all the fucking time. He was putting on a second pair of jeans to block the blow.
Oh my
So while the
God.
rest of us were suffering because he was acting like a little shit,
Uh-huh.
he was protecting himself. So, not the worst thing that I did, but I distinctly remember that from my middle brother.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to count that as the credit in.
The spanking never really bothered me to the point where my mom used to get really mad at it. Because I would just like take it and smile. I don't know if I was like a masochist as a young child. I don't know, but I didn't get enjoyment out of it. I was just like, do your worst.
So, question, if you get spanked now, do you still smile?
No comment.
There it is.
What about you, Seth?
I think I have one story, but I don't feel like it's the worst thing I ever did, but it's something that I still feel bad about to this day.
Oh.
I had a neighbor who we were very close to, especially me and my oldest brother. They were Mormon. There was a lot of them. I was very close with the youngest, and my brother Garrett was very close with the oldest. And so I'd go over there occasionally. What I didn't know was that they hated me.
What?
The whole
Yeah.
family or the
Why?
kids?
The parents hated me. They
What?
thought I was a bad influence, which is very strange because I've never done anything to be a bad influence. But then I started to figure it out. I wasn't a bad influence. This kid was a bad influence, and I was just with her. So
you
one
got
of the
blamed for
things
the
that
bad
happened
behavior.
and why they hated me so much was, I don't know if y'all remember when we were kids, GAC.
Yes, I love
of
Nickelodeon
course.
Gack.
Yeah, oh yeah, GAC.
Oh, the way it made fart noises when you stick your fingers in
Yeah,
the
oh,
container.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Wait,
I
should
was.
we, did you explain it? Sorry.
It's-
For our international audience.
yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
know if it's
this-
an American thing.
It's like-
neon colored goo business.
Slime. It's basically like slime
It's
that you
slime.
can make today. Those are like make your own slime kits.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit thicker, and to this point, it's like halfway between slime and silly putty. It's like thicker that you can like
Yeah.
hold it. It's not gonna like slip out of your hands like slime as much.
Anyways.
Anyways.
So we were in front of her house and she started throwing gack up towards the top of the like garage door situation. It was stick. And I was like, interesting. And she's like, throw some. It's fun. And so I did and she did. And then everybody got super mad. And it's because you don't do that because it sticks. And it's really hard to get off. And you have no amount of hosing will get rid of it. And I didn't realize what was wrong because I wasn't the mastermind behind this plan. But like I got in trouble, she got in trouble, her parents hated me.
Oh,
And so it's not the worst thing I ever did, but it's the worst thing that I feel bad for because I didn't know to stop it because I don't know, I was what, fucking 6, 7? And I had this stupid kid who was a year younger than me who made her parents hate me because of gack.
Aww.
I mean, if they're hating you for gack, they're gonna probably hate you for a lot.
They were
of
gonna
things
hate me
anyway.
regardless, I guess.
Like
but...
you could drink your juice the wrong way, and they'd probably hate. You know what I mean? Like
I was just so mad. I mean, clearly to this day, I'm still upset about it because like it wasn't my idea.
Yeah.
But here I am, getting in trouble for it, and it sucked.
I'm sorry that you got in trouble for gacking.
Ugh. But then the thing I got the most in trouble for was I was hanging out with my friend Nikki and her stepmom, who, fun fact, was G. Wallace Stone, the mother of E.T.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Celebrity status.
Celebrity status. So, yeah, I hung out at their house a lot. And I guess the worst thing I ever did was, this was back before cell phones. Way, way back before those cell phones. I was sleeping over at their house, and I was supposed to call home at a certain time, and I missed it. And then I did afterwards, but then I'm not good at moderation. I'm good at extremes. So because of that incident, I got grounded for 2 weeks because of it. After that, I was overly annoying, where I literally called every single location change to the point where my dad was so annoyed with me. He's like, I don't need to hear that 10 minutes ago you went to Amici's Pizza and now that you're at Taco Bell. And I'm like, I'm at Taco Bell, Dad. It's like, stop calling me. And I'm like, never.
You had like a pocket full of quarters for the payphone.
Oh, yeah. I don't know moderation. I only know extremes.
Wait, so the mom was the mom in E.T.?
Yeah.
So why didn't you just say, E.T. go home?
E.T. phone home. Because I wasn't hilarious enough then. and she was like new to me, so I was doing the whole like yes ma'am situation. I didn't want to make fun of things. I wish at that age
that instead of the location changes each time you just call your dad and just be like E.T. phone home.
I should have done that. I should have been smarter.
Or you should just start doing this trend again.
Yeah.
Like, Dad, I'm at Patricia's right now. We're gonna record a podcast.
Like, God damn it, stop calling me.
You're like, Dad, I'm currently leaving Patricia's place. Just want to let you know. Dad, I just left Patricia's place. I just took a step out.
By the way, speaking of Bel K, should I quickly go off into what he sent all of us? Or sent me?
Oh, after this.
Okay, after this. It's pretty good. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You can use it to enter your question.
What's yours? No.
So the worst thing I did as a child is that I was in Lincoln, Nebraska for a soccer tournament with my mom, and in between two of the games at a tournament, we had some free time, and I was like just exhausted. My mom was exhausted, so we went to a movie instead. The movie that we saw was Truth About Cats and Dogs, which also you should not watch with your mom when you're like a preteen because there's like phone sex in there, and I didn't know.
Isn't Uma Thurman? Who's in that movie?
I don't even remember. I just remember there was phone sex in it, and I was so embarrassed.
How old were you?
Mom.
Isn't that Diane Lane?
I don't remember. We have to look that up. But it was definitely when I was like at an age where I was just starting to realize things in my life, and I was like, this is real embarrassing to watch with my parents, with my mom. So as we were leaving the theater, though, the movie was just like the credits were just starting to roll. My mom like grabbed me. She's like, "We gotta get to your next game. We gotta get to the game." So she pulled me by my hand, and we were going up the aisle to exit the theater, and this guy fell out of his chair and was like grabbing at his heart, like holding his heart, and grabbed my leg like to get attention. And my mom was like, "Come on, you gotta go, we gotta go." So I shook him off my leg and ran up to catch my mom, and I didn't realize like what had happened. And I'm sure like. In my mind, there are tons of people in the theater. I'm sure someone saw him, but I shook off a guy from helping him as like, I think I was like 10 or 11, and I didn't help him. And I still think, like, I can still see his face to this day, and I feel bad that I didn't like stop and be like, "Mom, we've got to help this guy." Instead, I was like, "Crap, we gotta get my soccer game." My mom's yelling at me.
Do you ever think about what you've been trained for versus how it actually goes when it happens?
Yes.
Because I've had this experience so I've been CPR certified, first aid certified. I was like a floor warden in every company I've been at except for the current company. And in most cases, I feel like I do really, really well. But we had a really interesting experience years ago. We went to Chicago, and I went to like a baseball game, and somebody got super, super drunk as I was walking back with a friend of mine. And this guy was drunk, and he fell, and I did nothing.
Yeah.
I literally did nothing. But the friend I was with was just like holding his hand, like, talk to me. What day is it? How are you doing? Just keep speaking as the cops come. And it was just like, damn it, I've been so prepared.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you never know how you're actually going to react.
It's hard to train for your reaction unless you practice that so frequently. Practice that situation. Yeah.
There's also like situational stuff. Like if you saw someone, I don't know. I think about if someone, my mother and I have had this discussion many times because in San Francisco, when I first started learning how to drive, we drive through Golden Gate Park. And she said to me, she's like, if anyone ever stops you in front of your car or you see that someone's like injured in front of your car, keep driving, but call the cops. And that's what I was told because there had been some incidences of people just being like, I'm injured, but then they like rob you and they hijack your car.
Wow.
And like, so my mindset's very different. I hear that situation and I'm like, oh, does he have a few friends who are going to jump me?
Interesting.
That's where my head went.
Wow.
Which is why I'd be like, I may not help you, but I might find someone to be like, yo, there's something wrong with this guy, but I don't know what's happening there.
There's a different mindset than when I was trained. Mine's always like stop and help. But I think yours is a smarter street kid learning.
Street smart.
Yeah, street smart. That's what I'm thinking of,
Yeah.
But I think yours is smarter for what we should do today.
Yeah, so a few years ago, we were cooking dinner, and this guy comes over to the house, and he rings the doorbell, and there's an overhang on the house, and I'm cooking dinner with a knife, and he then backs away from the doorbell down the few stairs, and is like, hey, I'd like to sell you some magazines. And on the other side of the door, there was a small alley that you could walk to the car parking area.
Yeah.
And immediately my thought was, man, this guy's going to have his friend jump my man once he comes out the door to talk to this guy. So I have a knife in my hand, ready to be like, I'm going to protect my home.
Yeah.
And versus Felix is like, oh, let me just talk to this guy. But the weird part is that then this guy got closer and was like, wow, it smells really good in there. And I'm like, get the fuck out. I was like, we're making dinner. This is not a good time. Bye. And Felix was like, why were you so intense? And I was like, why was he so weird? He rang our doorbell, backed away, was like, it was easily like 7 feet away from us talking. Like, there's so many things that could have happened in my head. But again, I was just like raised with that city mentality of being not friendly.
But it's also smart. I think if I ever moved back to the Midwest, I'd have the same kind of mentality and be like, don't come near my house. My dad tells me the other day he bought from the grade school near me. They always have like these sales each year, like the kids sell things and win prizes. He's like, oh, I bought some cinnamon rolls and I wrote them. I gave them money and I don't think they're going to come back with them. I'm like, why don't you just give them a check or something? But like, that's the mentality that, you have that kind of trust back in the Midwest that we don't really have that here because sorry, I just got excited with my hands because you see things that happen and you become afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think, and we were talking about this a little bit, I think that sometimes the good things, like back in the day, I'm sure that there were some people selling magazines to make money, but it just took that one person to be shitty and scam people.
Yeah.
And then they ruined it for everyone.
Everybody.
Yep.
Anyways.
It's true. Well, thanks for sharing with me your worst things you did as a child. I'm glad you guys were much better than I am. Cool. So let's go to question 3 with Stephanie.
Question the third.
And
What's my question? Do
you want to tell us what your dad, Mel K, sent us?
Daddy K. Yes. So my dad heard again, we're batching episodes, so he just listened to one recently, and he literally sent me a text. It was when we went very full on about him single white femaling all of us.
Yeah.
And it was pretty wonderful.
About how he's going to go on tour and to talk negative about us everywhere.
He's
and
going to
have
have
a podcast called Fact the What.
So he literally sent me a text that said, fact the what? Question mark,
Okay.
question mark, question mark. And I responded with, we have escalated this narrative of yours pretty far. And he responded with, actually, I think it's absolutely hysterical. I'm getting curious to see where this is actually going to end up going. Probably somewhere that I don't even recognize. Wouldn't it be really funny if your podcast really took, and then took off and was like cute. So he went the cute route.
Oh, no.
Sure.
And then I
We
I
don't-
made it go a little bit like not cute.
He's
where
just
I'm like,
buttering
you're
us
gonna
up.
kill us all
Yeah.
one day
He's
and
buttering
assume
us
our
up
ideas.
because he's going to go on that tour.
And he's just gonna have 3 different wigs.
It's like Mel K wins New York Times bestseller off of the grievances of the 3 folks on the podcast. Oh my!
Fact the what?
What a great title! How'd you think of it? It just came to me.
It just
It just came to me.
No, it was really, really cute.
By the way, call me Ashley today.
Yeah.
Get the fuck away! Oh,
Oh,
Dad.
okay.
Uh,
All right, so
I love it. I love that it's just gotten worse and worse. Anyway, so question the third is my question. And it is, it's backwards, I see. Okay, so this is a very interesting question. I have not thought about it, but I have now that I've read it in the last 3 seconds. So, if you could pick a day to relive over and over like Groundhog's Day, what day would it be and why? Who wants to go?
I've got my answer ready.
Let's do it.
First.
So at first I was thinking, like, I want to pick a day that was really good so I can enjoy it over and over and just get a lot of, like, good feelings off of it. But then I thought, no, because I think the best part about the movie Groundhog Day is that he had the opportunity to go learn how to play piano, how to better himself as a person over and over. So I was thinking, you know what? I want to find a day that I have all the resources I need to be the person I dream of being. So, so I would choose a day that's like a Saturday with nothing planned. I would choose a day that I just have like a big, maybe like the day after we get our bonus checks or whatever, so I have lots of money to spend. And a day with just lots of opportunity. So like a blank slate, basically. Like, use this day, you know you're going to keep reliving it over and over. Use this day to do everything you ever wanted to do.
Wow, that is the best answer I could
Mine
even
was-
think of.
Nothing like that.
Oh, well, thank you.
Wow, I'm stumped. That's a really good answer.
But because I think if you're going to relive it, why not use that time to your advantage?
Wow,
Interesting.
I need to.
You're
Mine
welcome.
was not
Just
that.
repeat what I said.
You go ahead.
So
Steph.
so mine is
Wow.
nothing near that. Mine is a little weird. It's actually like 2 different days, but the same theme. I think I mentioned I'm a big. I worship myself to Mother Nature. This bitch is angry, and I love her so much.
Except you don't like hiking.
One of my I don't like hiking.
That's hard.
No,
Or
I
camping.
respect the land. Respect the land. No,
But give me that house built on top of it.
Look, but don't touch.
Don't touch it. No, I just don't like to try. So my favorite thing is lightning.
Oh,
I love lightning.
Me too.
I love it. I love lightning storms. Thunder is fun. I love it so much. So
Same.
both of my stories have to do with lightning. And it was a couple years ago when I lived in, it was a Lower Pack Heights apartment in San Francisco. I don't live there now, so it's okay if I say that. We had one of the most intense lightning days ever, where it was like 100 different lightning strikes in a night.
And we don't really get lightning
We
storms
don't
here.
get
We don't
that
get
here.
storms here at all, and that's the one thing I miss the most
Yeah.
about the Midwest.
So, and I shared a backyard with my upstairs neighbors who I absolutely loved and is one of the few couples that I'd be in a throuple with. They had a cat, I had a dog. And so I saw the owner of the cat and I saw the cat and I was like, okay, there's supposed to be a storm coming. Like, we need to like pay attention to this. Once the storm happens, like get the cat inside. I'm gonna get the dog inside and we'll deal with it. Literally, like within a minute or two, the first strike of lightning, we're like, get the cat inside. We got to get the cat inside. So they're like, we're cornering the cat because the cat's freaking out. We get the cat goes inside. I go back inside my own house. I've got the dog and it's just like lightning strike, lightning strike, lightning strike. And it's my favorite thing in the world. Lightning doesn't scare me. I find it incredible. And it was just all night where I literally will like go outside of my house and like, I know it's super dangerous, but like I have to look at it and I have to watch it and I have to like follow it. And it's my favorite thing in the world. So I would love that day.
Have you ever been near a lightning strike, like physically where it struck the
I've
ground?
been close, but not so close that I felt
Yeah.
the actual like energy of it once it's hit the ground or hit something nearby.
My dad was right next to a tree that got struck. as a
Oh
kid.
shit!
Right
Oh
next
my
to it, yeah.
gosh.
He's
I
like,
know
"That-
when I was a kid, my family and I would vacation. Like we vacationed once to Orlando, Florida. We stayed in like a condo on on a golf course, and every day somebody got hit on the golf course by lightning.
Oh
You
my
don't
goodness.
golf when there's lightning.
At that point, don't
metal
you
sticks.
learn? You're like, oh, Steve.
It was
got
a
hit
different
the other-
person every time.
I know, but what isn't
Well,
it to the
so.
responsibility of the golf course to be like, you're 1 in 30 to get struck by lightning?
Well, like when
today.
you're in the pool and there's lightning nearby, they make you get out of the
Exactly.
pool. Like,
Get out of the
Same with the
pool.
golf course.
Exactly, like you're
Drop
holding
your
a
poles.
rod.
yes,
Yeah.
drop your lightning rods to the ground, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. But it's Florida, so it was like every afternoon is
Yeah,
just like
that's
just get inside. Just get inside. Wait again till tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love it. And then the second experience is very similar. Is when I was living in Hawaii. There was a bit more lightning, but it was heat lightning. Which I don't know if you've experienced heat lightning. I'm sure you have, Patricia, but there's no thunder. It's just lightning.
Scattered,
It is
like scattered spiderwebs in the sky.
It's if you haven't seen War of the Worlds, that's what this was. But like the newer version, like the Tom Cruise, what's her face, I don't know, whatever. And it's just like lightning strikes in the ground, but no thunder. And you're like, why? And she literally says like, why is there no thunder? Where's the thunder? And so my experience was waking up like 4 or 5 in the morning. I'm living with my brother in Honolulu, in Waikiki, and it's just like the most incredible view. You can see to the ocean, you can see to the mountain. And in the mountain, the top of the mountain is just heat lightning. Just striking the same thing. It looked like fucking Mordor. I was like, what is happening? And I'm like taking video, and it's so gorgeous, so crazy.
so
I don't know what
gorgeous.
was happening. I assumed we were all gonna die, but I was like ready for it because of how beautiful this was. So both those events I would live over and over and over again because I fucking love lightning.
Fair.
It's so cool. I mean, even in my parents' house, like we live close enough to the desert where anytime there was a lightning storm of any kind, I had to run outside and I'd have to look for it. And I have to find it, and if I couldn't, I was just upset. And anytime there's like a little bit of a lightning warning in the Bay Area, I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And it
There's
never
just something about
happens.
like, storms that are so fun to watch.
I love them so
Yeah.
much.
Me too.
It's the only reason I like views is the hope of seeing that.
A storm.
Seeing the storm.
The lightning.
Ugh,
That should be your nickname for you.
lightning?
Lightning. Lightning.
White lightning.
Grease
Oh.
lightning.
Ay, ay, ay.
Jewish lightning.
Ashkenazi
I feel like we could get better with that. Ashkenazi lightning? Is
Yeah.
That
what you
sounds like
just
some
said to me?
serious lightning.
All right,
Oh,
Ashley,
man.
what's your day?
Okay,
You
so
wanna relive over and
I'm
over?
gonna steal partially yours. I
Okay.
think your answer was like stellar.
That was
Thank
pretty
you.
good.
Stellar.
Thank you. I would love a ribbon after this.
So you got it.
Thanks. I have
Um,
one in the tree.
I would say the other day I would repeat, but not, and don't be like, please don't make that sound because it's
I'm gonna
not
make
because
it.
of don't do
I'm
it.
getting ready for it.
Me too.
It'd be the day of my wedding.
Ugh.
But-
You know it had to
But
happen.
only because I think for the wedding, like what I would like to see is, yes, it was a great day, but I don't, because we had to take pictures and stuff right after the ceremony, there are parts that I missed. So I'd want to
Like
see
me
the
getting
part.
wasted on palomas.
But it's like going and having cocktail hour with people and then like seeing and spending more time with different people.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I wish I could have done more. Obviously, you're one person in this only one universe, not the alternative universe or alternate universe. But I would say I would want to do that. And also then seeing the butterfly effect of that too.
So the weird thing is, Ashley did relive her wedding day over and over, and we did live the most perfect one. And she has seen us at our worst and our best, Stephanie.
Were there a bunch of different timelines that we all just dealt with?
Yeah. What was the worst version of your wedding?
What's
Oh.
the worst version
What
of
was
the
the
wedding?
worst version?
And what was the
what
lesson
did
you
we
had to
do?
learn?
Oh shit.
You know how like Bill Murray had to like learn a lesson.
Oh
Before
my
he could
gosh.
be
Yeah, what is the worst
out of
version
the
of
hog
my
thing?
wedding that could have happened?
Other than,
Well-
the original venue not being basically being burned
Other than
down.
having to replan a wedding in 72 hours. I would say an even worse version was that during the wedding I had my period
and in your white dress
and
just
in a
kinda
white
bleaked over.
dress. So that could have been
Interesting.
terrible.
No.
That could have been
You're like,
really
it's just supposed
awful.
to be a heart, you guys. It's a heart design. Do you not see it?
But
Oh.
Yeah.
Gross.
so yeah, that could have been a really bad situation.
I'm glad that you made it through all those weddings. How many times did you do it?
17 weddings.
But do you ever think about this though? Like, I think about this. You know, we talked about time travel before, like Project Pegasus and all that weird stuff that supposedly happens, right? We are currently living on one of those timelines that somebody experienced at one point or another. So, like, if Ashley did have that Groundhog Day at her wedding, you know, mere like 3 weeks ago, is that right? And you lived through that wedding day, like, say you lived through it like 89 times, and the 89th time is this time right now.
That's true. It could
or
be.
we were like number 74.
Could be 74. This is the one that went right.
Yeah.
As right as it could be.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
All right.
We're wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Cool.
So that's Stephanie wrapping it up.
Good job.
I'm really good at the transitions.
The transition lenses.
But yeah, no. I mean, those were pretty decent answers. Mine was definitely a lot less deep.
But lightning.
Because I just really like lightning, and so
Steve
any day
McQueen.
that has lightning is a good day to me.
I'm surprised you didn't choose a day of like rewatching a movie that's your favorite movie. Like the first
My
time
problem with that, no, so I have a response to that right now. My problem with that is I have a lot of favorite movies. I have a decent amount. Some of them are my favorite because of nostalgia reasons, but when you rewatch, they don't necessarily hold out.
Yeah.
And so I don't like to relive those days because sometimes they don't hold up as well.
Like Mac and Me. I used to love Mac and Me, which is like the cheap version of E.T. that came out shortly after.
Oh, interesting.
We talked about this at your wedding dinner, Ashley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the table, and I was like, does anybody remember the movie Mac and Me? And some people had, and I was like, you guys are my favorite people now. So it was like definitely the crappiest version of like some kind of E.T. spin-off kind of thing. It was so bad.
Awesome.
I loved it.
Recently, or not super recently, within the last like 5 years, I want to say, my brother and I had my brother-in-law watch one of our favorite movies growing up, which was Repossessed by Leslie Nielsen. It's like the parody Exorcist movie.
Oh.
And it was hilarious. I watched that before I ever saw Exorcist, so I thought it was the most incredible, funny thing in the world. And then we watch it, and to see somebody not laugh as something that you have held so dear to your heart, it hurts. So now I want to stick with the nostalgia, which is why it's not going to be a movie that I love and watch it over and over and over again. I can't do it.
Here's my question, though, as a follow-up from my answer. What if you ran into somebody who was just good at everything because they had that repeat Groundhog Day experience?
Can you ever be good at everything?
So it depends how many times that you would actually live through this day. Say you live through this day like 20,000 times.
But don't you think at that point there's still stuff to learn?
At some point, there are things your body can and can't do.
But I would definitely like want to learn things that would impress people.
I mean, sure, like if it was a language or something awesome, it's not all of a sudden I'm going to be like it was a pole jumper. Like that's just not what's going to happen.
That's at least a 5-day repeat.
At least 5 days.
But like I would definitely like become an expert pianist. I would learn like every instrument out there that I could. I would learn how to do all this software stuff on computers that I've always wanted to learn. I would just become so good at all these skills that I just don't like. I want to do, but I don't have time for. So I'd become like the most interesting woman in the world.
I mean, I like that's where you went. I would not.
I would definitely.
I wouldn't do it.
Stephanie would just be consistently sitting out watching lightning over and over. And she's like, yeah, this day's over.
The best lightning storms there is.
Yeah. I would just hang out with my friends longer.
Yeah. Until you get bored of them, though. I bet, like, eventually...
Yeah, I'm already am.
See ya!
Burn.
Anyway, well, this has been a good episode. I really enjoyed our questions. So episode 18 again, What the Fact. If you guys want to, we actually met some people, was this past Friday, who were like, I've got questions for you, I want to send them in. And I have a friend, you know who you are. I was talking with you on Twitch of all platforms, and you are a drawer, and we're still looking for someone to draw us Cookie Tar.
Oh
Cookie
my
Tar.
god, please.
You know who you are, and
Cookie
somebody
Tar.
out there just
Please,
want
for
to draw us.
Hanukkah.
Please,
I want
for
Cookie
Christmas,
Tar.
for Kwanzaa,
Please
for
draw
any holiday.
A half cookie monster, half
Centaur.
centaur. So, like, yeah, you know what I mean.
That literally would make my holiday season.
Please,
I'm not
please.
even kidding.
So get on it, somebody, please. You'll make us the happiest people in the world.
I'll get a tattoo of it if you do it. No, I'm just kidding. I can't. I retract.
I probably would.
My first tattoo is not going to be a cookie tar.
Are you kidding?
What if I
And
had a
if
cookie
so, it's
tar
going to be a
within
full back one.
my-
And when I move my shoulder, the Cookie Monster talks.
And the legs are like drawn on the back of your legs.
My legs are drawn, so my whole backside is a cookie tar.
For like front side Ashley, back side
It's a
Cookie
good
Tar.
thing you're already married. Anyway,
It's perfect.
we did meet someone else who said they're going to send some questions to us. So remember, that's hello@wtfaqpodcast.com. We would love to get your questions. We actually, we've been talking about maybe starting to incorporate a listener question into every episode. If you're into that and you guys start sending more questions, we have a good list of them already, but it'd be good to get some more. And again, thank you guys for listening. This has been fun. We will see you for episode 19.
It's been real. It's been fun.
It's been legal.
Real fun.
It's been legal.
But it's been legal, so we accept it.
Oh, baby.
Tried
Every
as
frat
an
boys.
adult.